from G Studio, we have a 1x4 scale figure of this maid character from this anime. She is really good with her guns, you know. I mean Yelan from Genshin Impact. Hi and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to this week's Figure News Fix. We'll be taking a look at anime scale figures and also third-party resin figure pre-orders between 5th of June to 10th of June 2023. This week we have quite a number of scale figures, unlike last week, and they do outnumber the resin ones quite a bit. Yeah. Well, at least for the female characters only, right? I'm not covering the male characters that much for resin figures because there are way too many of them. Without further ado, let's hop into AmiAmi.com. Alright, firstly in the top 10 list, not many scale figures this week. In second place, it is a male character from this anime called Banana Fish, 24 episodes, which somehow I did watch it to the end. Kind of mysterious given I don't watch Bishonen stuff that often. And then in 6th place, we have a re-release Naruto character, and 8th to 10th place, 8th and 10th place, we have this X-rated figure from Party Look. 9th place, an original character from a Chinese brand. That is about it in the top 10. Now on the 10th of June, no scale figures. We go down to the 9th of June. As usual, Fridays, there are a lot of figures. The first one here, we have Megahouse GEM series, non-scale. Ash Lynx from Banana Fish, 5th anniversary, going for 22,000 yen. At non-scale, this one is about 23.5 centimeters tall. Yeah, somewhere between 1/8 to... it is 1/8 scale. Alright, this is a male character after all. I did mention earlier that I watched the anime, 20 plus episodes or so. A bit of Bishonen, a bit of yaoi stuff here and there, but I was mainly attracted to the story, which is about the illegal trade of pharmaceutical stuff, if you know what I mean. Yeah. The anime was okay. I was watching it for the story, right? I don't watch yaoi otherwise. As for the figure, of course, I don't collect male characters like this, Bishonen stuff, so I will be skipping this figure. But from what I'm aware of, this series has a lot of fangirls. Must be the character design, right? So I'm skipping past this one and we move on to the next figure, another male character, also Megahouse GEM series. Oh, this is a classic. Ryo Saiba and Kaori Makimura. This is from City Hunter. Quite a legend in a way, from what I heard. I did not watch it. And a classic anime, but a pair of figures at 1/8 scale for 28,600 yen. Wow, that is really generous coming from Megahouse, given that Megahouse, which is Bandai by the way, yeah, their stuff are not exactly cheap and definitely not the best value for money. If you are looking for something that is of great value, this pair is quite an exception from what I can see, but at the same time, they are very simple figures. Yeah, nothing much going on with this pair of figures, but you know, if you liked City Hunter, this is one of very few choices you have. You might want to consider picking one up. This next one, I like this one quite a bit. Nekus Klein from Gundam Seed, 20th anniversary version, also under Megahouse GM series. And as you can see, the price, 27,500 yen for a 1/8 scale figure, even though it is non-scale on paper. What did I just told you earlier about Megahouse and Bandai? They are not going to give you value for money, right? And a 1/8 scale figure, this is like 22 centimeters or so. Yeah, 27k is bloody expensive. I have no other choice of words for this, right? This is bloody expensive, really expensive. And regardless of what the haters of Gundam Seed say, Gundam Seed was really popular. Strike Freedom Gundam was one of the best selling Gundam model kits out there, regardless of what grade it is. And Nekus Klein, yeah, she is going to sell really well. Bandai and Megahouse knows that, which is why they are price gouging you all. They are going to milk this thing by pricing it higher than usual for 1/8 scale, and you guys are going to buy it anyway. Yeah, Gundam Seed was also one of my personal favorite Gundam series out of so many of them. And speaking of Gundam, there is quite a bit of animosity between the fans of different eras of Gundam, you know. Gundam Universal Century fans, Seed fans, and then you have 00 fans and so on. Yeah, there is a lot of hate for each other depending on where you look in the depths of the online forums on the internet. I would love to have one, seriously, but I'm not so sure at 27k. Up next, we have Game Characters Collection DX Mega Man Battle Network. This is also a Megahouse figure, just under 20,000 yen, non-scale, and I could imagine that this isn't a very big figure despite the complexity we are looking at. Yeah, this is almost a diorama. For 20,000 yen, well, not too bad even if it isn't a huge figure. Anyways, let's take a look at the dimensions here. 20 centimeters. And you actually get a diorama over here. 20,000 yen. Not too bad, really. Once again, Mega Man is a classic. If this really is your thing, this is a matter of nostalgia over here, then perhaps, yeah, you might want to pre-order this one, right? I used to watch Mega Man as a child on TV. Yeah, I used to watch it. Up next, Naruto Gills Naruto Shippuden Sakura Haruno. This is a re-release, by the way, by Megahouse once again. Just over 16,000 yen. A plain and simple figure. A rather low budget scale figure, yet high quality at the same time. We really do need more figures like this, seriously. And Good Smile also, they have a track record of making figures that are high quality yet low in price. The recent pair of Licorice Recall figures are excellent examples. So if you missed out on your first chance, there you go, your second chance, right? I don't collect Naruto stuff. Up next, another Megahouse GEM Bleach Gin. Gin Ichimaru Arrancar Arc Complete figure. Non-scale 24,000 yen. You can expect this to be around 1/8 scale. Let's take a quick look at the figure. Well, character design, I suppose the color are kind of bland. And while it looks great in these product photos, I hope that the final product is as detailed as what we are looking at over here. Nothing really unique to me. And is his sword broken or something? Okay. I don't think the sword is broken, right? This is just the image being cropped off. It would look really weird if the sword is being chopped off in the final figure. Up next, from the Idolmaster Shiny Colors, we have Koito Fukumaru Midnight Monster version, 1/7 scale by Solarain for 22,000 yen. 1/7 scale, 22k, not too bad really. This is good value. We saw this figure in One Hobby Gallery very recently. And now she is finally on pre-order. This is like a high quality 1/7 scale figure. And Solarain is one of those figure companies that I am watching carefully, right? I do think they have potential to be among the best figure brands out there. They are already making stuff that I really like. But at the same time, those are not the characters I normally collect, which is why I haven't purchased their figures yet. It might happen one day. Solarain and also Miyuki, I'm watching these two companies very closely. Up next, from Azalane, we have Dunkirk. Summer Sucker complete figure from Wing Company, almost 30,000 yen. This is really absurd. The size of the figure is 15 centimeters. This is like 1/7 scale, 30,000 yen. I know that there are a lot of accessories on this figure. There is a straw hat, very summer feel. There is a bag over there with a bottle of water in it. And there's a cannon over there, right? What else do we get? Yeah, a bunch of miniatures surrounding the figure. But even so, all this for 30,000 yen, I'm not really sure if this is reasonable at all. The pricing is a tad bit too high for what you're getting. I would say this figure is 25,000 yen maximum. She is 5,000 yen too expensive for what it is, yeah. Up next, from Phoenix, we have Shiro Shiromoku version from No Game No Life at 1/7 scale, almost 30,000 yen. Shiro is a pretty short character. She is a lolly, so at this scale, 1/7, it is only 22 centimeters tall, which makes this figure 30,000 yen pretty pricey. But unfortunately, everything is expensive nowadays, right? Okay. For a figure of Shiro, specifically Shiro, I'm not sure about this one, even though it looks pretty attractive. I like the colors a lot over here, very vibrant. Yeah. Shiro is like a walking LGBT flag, you know, when you look at the color of her hairs. Yeah, 7 different colors, rainbow colors. But specifically for Shiro, you see there are so many choices of her figure out there, right? So it makes it hard for me to recommend this one for 30,000 yen. Eastream has an excellent looking figure of her also for 30,000 yen, though I have heard that one has QC issues. Fat Company over the years has made so many excellent Shiro figures. Despite their reputation for, once again, quality control, their Shiro figures, their No Game No Life figures are great. If you want to play a bit safe, yeah, Good Smile Company also has an excellent 1x7 scale figure of her. Between 25,000 yen to 30,000 yen or so. And that is exactly why I find it hard to recommend a Shiromuku version of her figure unless you want to collect every single Shiro figure in existence. Yeah. Up next, we have China Bunny made Mocha 1x7 scale by Weibo's, Chinese company by the way. 17,500 yen after a small discount. Not bad really. 1x7 scale, kneeling pose. So this is not a very tall figure. Yup, 19 centimeters. As usual, Chinese companies, they offer a bit more value for the amount you're paying for. This is an original character, I'm assuming over here. Lolly character. I do like the character design a lot, but then again, this isn't something I normally collect. Bunny girls made outfit, and then what else do we have? Yeah, all these things, they are way too common nowadays. The next one here, X-rated figure, Captive Knight Zephyr. Yeah, 1x6 scale by Party Look. Party Look is an X-rated figure brand from China. Yeah. Almost 27,000 yen for this one, and then there's a slightly cheaper version, 24,540 yen. So the more expensive one, you are getting a wall scroll bonus item. Okay, let's have a look at the pictures. I wouldn't mind putting this on screen because the nips are still covered technically. And this pose isn't something new, you see. Like stretching out your legs to show off how flexible you are. This is not a new pose. It has been done to death many times by different companies, right? This figure is going to have quite the presence on your shelf just because it is 1x6 scale and she is stretching her legs all the way up, right? So this is quite a tall figure, I'm assuming. 38.2 centimeters, very nice. So this is a huge figure for 27,000 yen. Maybe go for it if you like the character design. Up next, we have Ippo Makunochi Fighting Pose Excellent Resin Kiwame. So this is by Orca Toys. They have been around for a long time. 32,000 yen almost for resin figure, licensed resin figure. But then this must be a classic, I think, a classic manga of some kind. Not really up my alley, so I'm skipping this one. Now we move on to the 8th of June. Quite a number of figures on this day as well. The first one here, a Freeing B-Style 1x4 scale lamb from Urusei Yatsura. This one is only 33,000 yen. And this anime, right, it is like a classic anime style character design, as you can see over here. But the one thing I really like about this figure is how natural the pose looks. Very casual, very nonchalant. Yeah. The pose is so darn natural over here, and that is exactly why I'm quite attracted to this figure. But then, other than that, and also the colors, yeah, this is something for the fans of Urusei Yatsura and not much else. I don't see any average person would buy this figure, right? Up next, we have two pop-up rates on pre-order on this day. Mine from Ascendance of a Bookworm, 4,080 yen, and also Ruler Gen Diarch from FGO for the same price. Can't recommend pre-ordering pop-up rates, you know? Yeah. So wait until after release before deciding whether to buy. Especially for this one, I don't really like the outfit over here. The blue color, the plain blue color. Not a fan of it. And lastly, on this day, Megahouse GEM once again. Shoyo Hinata from Haikyuu, 6,350 yen. Yeah, very cheap, right? Because the figure is small. What is the dimensions? Only 9 centimeters tall, you see? 9 centimeters. This guy is very short for a volleyball player. But he is really quick. I enjoyed the anime really. I watched all of it, right? And I would argue that despite the small size of this figure, this is a better buy than the Furio Tenitol series. Yeah, this is a better buy. Furio Tenitol series is already going for 5,800 yen. You add a bit, add 500 yen, go for this one. This is going to be of higher quality. More Megahouse GM figures. We have One Piece Uta Gran, also 6,350 yen. This one is also pretty small, under 10 centimeters, I think. Oh, 13 centimeters, not bad. Not my kind of figure once again. The next one is another Megahouse GM series. This is Megahouse Week, man. From BNHA, we have palm size Izuku Midoriya. Okay, I missed out the word palm size. Maybe Hinata Shoyo was also a palm size figure. So I suppose that Megahouse GM palm size is the new affordable figure brand in the market. We have pop-up rates, we have Furio Tenitol, we have Kadokawa, what do you call that? Kadokawa also have their own line of affordable figures, and now the latest entry, palm size Megahouse. Okay, so this one is also going for 6,350 yen, and the size of this figure only 7 centimeters. Just a few seconds ago, I said I can recommend Hinata Shoyo. Well, at least compared to Furio's Tenitol series. And then now I look at this picture, I'm not so sure anymore. But unfortunately, if you have a very low budget for figures, but you want figures, right? You want to collect figures, I suppose that price figures are still the best way to go, because with these major brands, be it Kadokawa or Good Smile or Megahouse, if you have a low budget, they do have something for you, but you are going to sacrifice size or quality to some point, right? Very hard for me to recommend which is better, seriously. Not something I would collect, of course. That is all for the 8th of June. Now we move down to the 7th of June. Okay, one single scale figure only on this day. This one right here, from Girls Frontline, we have Type 95 Kite Flyer in the spring version by Apex Toys, one of the more recognizable Chinese brands nowadays, and also well respected, right? 17,240 yen, great price. You see, Japanese brands at 1/7 scale, they are pricing them 25k, 30k. This one is under 20,000 yen. Let's have a look. Why are the pictures so small? This is not going to be a tall figure, lolly character. Yeah, very, very adorable, very cute. I do like this character design a lot. Now, why would you bring along a firearm, a huge rifle, when you're going out for a play with a kite? I have no idea. I suppose that, well, you need to make it clear that this is a Girls Frontline character, right? They are inseparable with their firearms. This is a good figure to pre-order if you like this figure of Type 95. Back to this page, we shall move down to the 6th of June. Alright, on the 6th of June, there are quite a number of pop-up rates on pre-order on this day, as well as scale figures too. The first one here from Amakuni, one of the best figure brands out there. From Yu-Gi-Oh! Jaxel, we have Yuma Tsukumo 1/7 scale for 22,000 yen. Yeah, fairly reasonable. You see, if you like Yu-Gi-Oh! You want a figure of this character, and you look at the brand Amakuni, yes, go ahead and pre-order one. Not something I would collect once again, but it is a brand that I can recommend among all of anime figures in general. Up next, we have a trio of pop-up rates. The first one here from Hololive, we have Takanashi Kiara, 4,670 yen. The next one here, also, V Shoujo Weibai or Weibai. Not sure how to pronounce that. For the same price, 4,670 yen. And the third one, pop-up rate BNHA Kyoka Zero for 4,080 yen. 3 pop-up rates on pre-order on this day. And once again, I can't really recommend pre-ordering them, maybe except for this Hololive character. You see, Hololive characters, somehow they become expensive like a month or two after release, at least in the Japanese market in Ami. We have seen what happened to a couple of these figures. Yeah, they went over 9,000 yen in the pre-owned market. I have no idea what happened and why people would value pop-up rates so highly. But apparently in Japan, people don't care about the quality as much. What matters is the character, and if the character is in high demand, yeah, the value is going to go up anyway, regardless of the quality of the figure. So if there is a pop-up rate that you might want to consider to pre-order, this is the one. Next, from Kotobukiya, we have Marvel Bishoujo series, Gook Rebirth, 1x7 scale, 16,630 yen. Needless to say, if you collect this series of figures, go ahead and pre-order one because they are excellent value. I don't collect Marvel and DC comics, but for those who does, this is a no-brainer. Go ahead and pre-order one. You won't regret it. Next, Kotobukiya Art FX, we have the Flash movie Batman 1x6 scale. 1x6 for 23,370 yen. Great value coming from Kotobukiya once again. The height of this thing is, 34 centimeters. This thing is massive. 23,000 yen for this. What else can you ask for? Once again, go and pre-order it. Especially when you have a lower budget. As in, you can't afford Hot Toys 1x6 scale. Then this is an excellent alternative, really. That is all for the 6th of June. And for the 5th of June, Ami it's no longer on the homepage, but let me share with you guys 3 or 4 scale figures on Monday. The first one, we have Kanon Manoji, illustrated by Neko Metaru, 1x6 scale by Lovely. This one is an expensive 30,300 yen. Alright. So her private parts are actually covered still, so I can put her on screen. And for this figure, right, it reminds me of that character from Bomber Girl. She looks like Bomber Girl to me, and in that sense, I really do like the character design over here. 30,000 yen is kind of pricey though. 1x6 scale, well, it is 1x6, right? And at 29 centimeters tall, I can see the logic in the pricing. Character design wise, I do like her as well, but I'm not pre-ordering this one. Next, Yaoji, illustrated by F. Key, 1x6 scale by Hobby Sakura, only 20,500 yen. This is the inclusive limited edition. What else is included in the box? A wall scroll, alright, of this character. And there's a cheaper version, cheaper by 2,000 yen. If you are not interested in the wall scroll. So figures like this really depends on whether you like the character design. That is about it. Nowadays, there is a huge amount of Chinese style, Chinese inspired figures. So something like this, it is very difficult to stand out to me. To me, this is fairly ordinary. And lastly, we have the Journey of Elena knit one-piece dress version from Furyo, only 16,000 yen. This is a tiny figure at 1x7 scale. The height is only 15 centimeters. I really do like the face on this figure, I'm not going to lie. This isn't the Elena figure I could recommend. I will always recommend the one, the travel version by Good Smile Company. That one is on pre-order. But this one, how do I put it? If this is your third, your fourth Elena figure, then maybe pick one up. This is only 16,000 yen after all, but the best one is the one by Good Smile, really. The face on this one, I like the face a lot. See? Assuming that full view does not mess up the face, this is still a good purchase really at 16,000 yen. Though this is a tiny figure, and shipping cost is going to be rather affordable, I suppose. You know, the box is like this only. That's all for Ami. Now we are in niningame.com for some exclusive items that are not in Ami. Firstly, those Nikan Shoujo figures, go and check them out yourself. I'm not putting it on screen because they are adult stuff. In Ninin Game, the first one over here, something from Be Full and Forge Japan, which I couldn't recommend, of course. At 1x4 scale, this is going for, come on, don't give me US dollars. See, the website isn't listening to me. I think 195 US dollars is about 28,000 yen or so. And there is a second version over here. 26,000 yen, there you go. This is the Moisture Eye version. And if I were to buy one, I were to choose one between the two, I would go for this Ahegao face. I love Ahegao faces. Okay, so go and check out the figure on your own, but I can't recommend it once again. You see, Ninin Game has this warning right there, go and read it. This figure brand, their stuff breaks very easily during shipping. Up next, this is a Bandai Premium, a P Bandai. Kimikomi Ningyo, One Piece Kozuki Hiyori limited Japanese doll with exclusive glass case. So this one is 1,800 US dollars. Yeah, with that case over there. Oh, you're getting real fabric with this one. This is a Japanese doll after all. And there is a cheaper version without the glass case, still costs 200,000 yen though. So in US dollar, this would be 1,500 US dollars, right? It looks pretty attractive, and Bandai knows they won't sell many of these, so they just make it a Bandai premium. So exclusive that you have to pay an arm and leg for one. Up next, from Inuyasha, we have Yashahime Princess, Half Demon, 1/7 skill. This one is about... The website is so broken that when I change to Japanese yen, they refuse to change. 181 US dollars. Yeah, almost 30,000 yen or so based on my estimates over here, my blind guess. Right, this one is coming out this year end, December 2023. This isn't an exclusive or anything, so I'm not sure why this figure isn't on Ami. Classic stuff, Inuyasha. And for the company Proof, I've heard of this name every once in a while, but I know nothing about this company. I do have a figure of Nero Claudius by Provi though. I don't think they are the same company, even though the names are very similar. Up next, Characters Selection. Sujinaka Miho 1/6 skill by Native. Yeah, X-rated figure by Native. Go and check out the pictures on your own. This is 31,500 yen and at 1/6 skill standard price nowadays. And lastly, this is actually the best skill figure of the week. And somehow, once again, this isn't on Ami for reasons that I don't understand. From Azalane Taiho Covenant, 1/6 skill, buy any game. 28,600 yen normally. Oh, this one is what you call a 10 out of 10 body sculpt. The pictures here are kind of low resolution, very unfortunate. But this is an Azalane figure which I can highly recommend you guys to pre-order it. Ooh, look at that. This is fabulous. What is the height of this figure at 1/6 scale? 29. This is a really tall figure that I can recommend. Go for it. You guys, Azalane fans, are getting great stuff a lot nowadays. And lastly, in Aniplex Plus, we have this figure. Oh, I can't read Japanese. How do I translate this? Yeah, from Kaguya-sama, we have Ai Hayasaka at 1/7 skill, made swimsuit version. This one is only 18,700 yen. Very nice of you, Aniplex. An exclusive figure going for only under 20,000 yen. If you liked Ai Hayasaka, you like Kaguya-sama, this is a no-brainer. Pre-order one. This is something I can recommend. No, Aniplex, they have come a long way. In the past, they had a lot of QC issues, you know, like 6-7 years ago, but nowadays, I can really recommend their figure. And that concludes anime scale figures. Well, the genuine licensed ones that are on pre-order between 5th of June to 10th of June 2023. Now we shall hop into X-Kogane Studios. These channels partner with resin figures, their website OSGK, to check out third-party resin figures for the week. Now we are in OSGK. Let's head down to the pre-order section. Yeah, newest pre-order, and then you can click on the view all button at the bottom and check out the stuff on your own if you are interested in the other male characters like Dragon Ball. But for this channel, I'm focusing on female characters, right? I'm keeping things narrowed down to a certain extent. The first one over here from JFLW Studio, we have Naruto Terumi Mei. This one is going for... the transparent version is going for 293 US dollars. And then there is a solid color version going for 287 bucks. So this is really a matter of preference. Very interesting that we are getting two options over here, but I guess that you can agree with me that the transparent version looks a lot more attractive, right? At least in these product photos, right? Yeah, the water looks really realistic over here, but at the same time, well, the opaque version, the solid version isn't too bad. Yeah, I like the transparent version a lot more. You see the what do you call this? The opaque version. I just call it the opaque version. This specific part with the rod over there, it looks a bit weird, as if it is slime instead of water. I don't know. As for the face of this figure, I have no comments. I'm not very familiar with Naruto stuff, and secondly, yeah, I'm not a big fan of these realistic faces. At the same time, I'm just trying to appreciate this character over here pulling off a Tanjiro water breathing style. Up next, from TWE Studio, we have Bellobok Bronya from Honkai Star Rail. Alright, the full price for this figure over here is $458 US. This one is 1x4 scale. Unfortunately, there are so many low quality pictures over here, low resolution, that I really can't see the figure in detail and tell you guys whether this is worth it. But I have to be honest with you guys that my initial impressions with this isn't great. Yeah, maybe wait a while longer for more pictures being released by the company before deciding whether you want to pick one up. I do understand that Honkai is really popular nowadays, but don't rush. It's not worth it. Up next, from G Studio, we have a 1x4 scale figure of this maid character from this anime. She is really good with her guns, you know. Oh, I mean Yelan from Genshin Impact. Okay, so this is a bunny version of her. The full price is $331 US for the standard version. The EX version, you are getting a nude torso for you to swap out to exchange, right? You know, this doesn't look very impressive at $331 US if I have to be honest with you guys over here. I'm not really impressed by what I'm looking at. Like, this is not that much different from a freeing B-style 1x4 scale, and I don't think a freeing B-style would go over 300 plus $400 US, right? So this one is a bit difficult for me to recommend. Unless you want a figure of Yelan so badly, then perhaps go for this one. Not a bad purchase. There you go. This is the EX version. But otherwise, I would say wait a bit longer. I believe there will be more figures of her coming out in the future. Up next, from Zoban Studio, we have another Marin Kitagawa figure. So many third-party figures of her. From My Dress Up Darling. So the full price of this one is $505 US. For the AM version, what you're looking at, this is the AM version, and then we have the PM version for $505 US as well. If I have to choose, I will choose the PM version. The colors are a lot more vibrant, and you're getting her in two different cosplay versions. If you want her without the cosplay, you want her in school uniform or that bikini that we saw her in the anime, yeah, just get the genuine figure by Good Smile or Freeing, right? So, to me, this PM version is subjectively better. Let's talk about this figure for a second first. So this figure is the perfect example of what I don't like with anime figures in general, regardless of whether it is a genuine PVC or a third-party resin. How do I put it? You are converting a 2D artwork into a 3D figure, and in the process to include everything, including the background, a sun over there. Really? Seriously? The sun and the clouds included the figure? I don't know. This looked like a hot pile of mess to me. Some people, you guys are interested in figures like this. I don't understand that. But from my own point of view, this is completely unnecessary. This looks very messy. Yeah. This is not my kind of thing at all. As for the face of this figure, I'm not very sure at all. You see, the face of Marin is very elongated. One can argue that this is like a fan art. It does not have to 100% resemble the original character design we see in the anime and in the genuine stuff. But then this face, yeah, I'm not a fan of it either. The details on the outfit is amazing though, I have to admit that. Yeah, this version is so much better, you see. The face on this cosplay version, this Succubus cosplay version, is so much better. If I were you and I'm interested in this figure, go for this one. 50 centimeters tall. So this is a massive statue. 50 centimeters. So the price is not too bad really. $500, but not something I would personally buy. Up next, This is also something I can't recommend because of the face. MX Studio Yu-Gi-Oh! Black Magician Girl. This one, full price, primary color version, $122 only. Oh, okay, this is cheap. Different color version for the same price, $122, but what is that face, man? What is that face? I have no idea what the company behind this figure is thinking. I do understand that this is a very detailed figure, but in the end, when it comes to figures, I think that the face matters the most, and if you screw up the face, it is game over. $122 is very affordable for something this detailed, but with that face over there, this is a big note to me. I would say stay away from this one. Up next, oh, life-size doll. Ahem doll, if you know what I mean. Game Lady Studio, once again, they made that life-size Yuna a few weeks back also. Dead or Alive 1x1 scale Mary Rose. This one, the full price for the nude version, right? Doesn't come with any clothes. $2,212. That is a big discount down from over 3 grand. And if you want all of the clothes in these official product photos, that would be an additional $100, $2,303. Yeah, just go for the more expensive version. Like 2,200 and 2,300, that is a very small difference in comparison. Alright. Some of you in my Facebook page has told me that you are not a fan of the face on this figure, but I suppose that they're making that mouth open for you know why reasons, right? This is that kind of doll after all, but if I were to buy something like this, I wouldn't even try to screw it, you know? This is a piece, this is a work of art. I would display it. Frankly speaking, I don't like the face though, if I have to be honest with you guys. Normally, she is that very confident character. I do get that, and in that sense, this face is kind of contradictory to her actual character, but nonetheless, man, if I have $3,000 to burn, yeah, I would love to have one as a centerpiece in my studio, put it somewhere where when visitors come and visit, man, this is a great statue to have. A great action figure. Alright, this is next level and way out of my budget, of course. Up next, from ACY Studio, we have Mai Shiranui from the King of Fighters. This is a really good one, really. So there are two different versions. This is the A version, or the upright version as I call it. The full price of this one is $550, 1x4 scale by the way. And the B version, this to me is the better version, $611. And you can also buy both for $1,055. So there is a very small discount over there if you get both, right? Now let's have a look at the pictures. Mai Shiranui over the years, right? She is one of the mascot and trademark characters of KOF. I don't play the game. And you see that slouching action pose down there, right? That one is going to take up a lot of space. But then again, I think this is still the better version. If you can only afford either one, I would recommend this one. This is fabulous. Yeah, car stoppable, of course. Nowadays, a lot of resin figures are like that. Okay, so here we are, the dimensions. This is very tall. The upright version is 62 centimeters. The slouching one is still 40 centimeters though the width is 60 centimeters. So naturally, this is not going to fit inside a D12. You need a lot of space to display something like this. This is one of the best resin figures this week. Yes, like top 3 best. Up next, from CC Studio, we have Dory from Genshin Impact. Two different versions. 1x4 scale for $249. 1x6 scale at only $145. Personally, I think that third-party resin brands, they should give everyone this choice. Two different scales, a more expensive one, a cheaper one, so that you will actually sell more copies this way. You give people the choice to choose from a big one and a small figure. Those who do not have the budget or space, they go for the smaller one, and when you total it up, yeah, you'll sell more figures in general. Dory is also one of those Genshin characters which somehow does not have an official genuine scale figure yet, maybe because she isn't as popular, right? Up next, Fang Blue GK Studio Original Hell Spirit number 21. Original character. This is an action figure of sort, more like a silicone doll, yeah, jointed doll, and the full price of this one is $800. This is closer to Dolphy size if I'm not mistaken. Let's take a look at the dimensions over here. 68 centimeters, yeah. So this one over here, this is pretty much like a replacement. Not really a replacement, more like an addition to those who collect Dolphys. She can make use of clothes from BJD dolls, 1x3 scale, and anything 1x3 scale is going to fit on this doll over here. Yeah. So this is metal skeleton inside and silicone skin outside. You already know what to expect by now. Up next, from Hunter Fan Studio, we have Nico Robin from One Piece. This one is also going for 1x4 scale or 1x6 scale. Get to choose over here. 1x4 scale is $331, not too bad. 1x6 scale, $236. Right. In the recent weeks, there are quite a number of Nico Robin figures. Like, suddenly there are so many of them. I have no idea what happened. Yeah. This is just a digital render, see? I don't think this is a picture of the actual figure. I want to see the actual figure before I pre-order something. Boa Hancock from Super Bomb Studio. This one is going for $273. So this can't be 1x4. This should be a 1x6 at most, right? 35 centimeters with that base. Yes, this is a 1x6 scale. Wow. I think last week there was a very similar figure of Boa Hancock, very similar to this one. That was a 1x4. It is massive and expensive. This is a good alternative to those of you who want something smaller. This is 1x8 scale. 35 centimeters at 1x8 scale must be the base. And this is a good purchase actually. You don't want something that takes up your entire bathroom in terms of the size, then this is a good alternative. Yep. The next one here, this is also top 3 best resin figure of the week. From Nico Studio, we have Spy Family Your Forger. The dress version is $400 and the nude version is also $400. And then there is the extreme version where you get both parts for both versions, I assume. Extreme version is $533. Just get the $500 one, right? Okay, so with this one, we get a realistic face over here. Yeah, this is up to personal taste really. I do find this attractive even though I'm not a fan of realistic face figures. Yeah. Whoa, look at that ghost over there. Translucent resin. Is there LED inside? I'm not very sure, but to me the LED isn't the important part. To me, this figure of Your Forger looks very classy, very luxurious. I like it a lot. Compared to the one by Dodomo Studio a few weeks ago. Yeah, it is on the homepage of this website by the way. I like this one a lot more. Yep. Up next, from Spicy Chicken Studio, we have Original Gorgura. Ooh. So there's a version A over here going for $273. Version B also $273, and then you have A plus B parts for both versions going for $435. Fan service, right? This is just fan service stuff. Not really a fan of this one. Up next, from Max Milk Studio, we have Mobile Suit Gundam Seed Strike Freedom Gundam Girls. This is more of a Mecha Musume style of figure. The full price $311. Strike Freedom is one of my personal favorite Gundams in terms of Gundam design, and I hope that those wings do not break during shipping. Yeah, we all know how fragile resin is, but the details on this figure, 1x6 scale, is really exquisite. Look at the details on the cannon, that plasma cannon on the chest. Ooh. Of course, this is going to be customable. What do you expect? Next, this is the best resin figure of the week. Yeah, top 3, there was Your Forger, and just now that one, what was the name again? And the first ranking, the best of the week, this one right here. Art of Eden Studio, Nier Automata Banquet Yorha number 2, Type B. So the commemorative version, which is to say the standard version, is going for $535, 1/4 scale of course. And then there is a luxury version which is $626. I'm assuming you're getting that nude body part over there and a bunch of other accessories. Now let's take a look at the figure. Come on, man. Just stop showing me all these nude ones. Okay, so once again, this one is very similar to that Your Forger figure earlier. Very classy, very luxurious looking. I would love to have this figure. Seriously, $600+ is really painful. And we are not even getting into the shipping cost yet. This is exquisite. Look at this. I want one. I mean, there has been quite a number of resin figures lately that really is quite a temptation. Oh, that robot over there is pouring wine for her. This is fabulous indeed. Hands down, best resin figure of the week right there. This next one over here, this is, let's put it this way, top 5 best resin figure of the week because this one looks fantastic as well. From Jaohua Studio, Chainsaw Man, War Demon, and Mitaka Asa. The War Demon is going for $373. And then we have Mitaka Asa, this one right here, $272. And then we have a deluxe version where you get both $550. Yep. And then somehow there is a chicken demon over here. This thing right here, this small thing, $78. Yeah, that is hilarious. Now let's check out the pictures. Each of this figure over here is about 40 centimeters tall. And to get both for $550, to me this is quite the bargain. Assuming that money is no object for you and you are willing to fork out shipping costs and taxes. Yeah, car stoppable, of course. You see, I am a detail whore. I love details, right? And this figure is full of such details that I would love to see in my figures. Normally, I don't collect Chainsaw Man stuff. I don't have any Chainsaw Man figures on pre-order, nor do I have any plans to purchase one. Yeah, I have to limit my purchase due to budget issues. I'm limiting my collection to very select few franchises, and Chainsaw Man isn't it. But if you love Chainsaw Man and you are willing to give third parties a try, this is something I can really highly recommend. Look at that. Wow. The blood stains are so realistic. Yeah. I would nominate this as the best value of the week. Yeah, best value resin figure for this week. Up next, from Super Bomb Studio, another Nicole Robin figure. This one is going for $112. Very cheap, right? This should be 1/6 scale. Yep, 27 centimeters. The colors are kind of dull, right? Like black color all the way. Nah, there are better Nicole Robin figures out there. I wouldn't go for this one. Up next, from Game Player Studio, we have Guilty Gear Dizzy. Now, this is something different. Ultra released a figure of Dizzy like 10 or 12 years ago, early 2010s, right? That one was amazing. Yeah, needless to say, that one had a giant box. It sold really well and the value went up. This one over here, the full price is $410, and this is quite a huge figure as well. At 1/5 scale, this one is 40 centimeters. Yep, quite tall. However, I'm not sure if I like the face of this figure. Yeah. Is there a picture of the face? She looks like she is thinking really hard, procrastinating over something. Come on. Yeah. There are no close-up pictures of the face. This is the closest I can get. Like, you know, this face thinking really hard on whether you should buy this figure, I guess. I still prefer the one made by Alter, assuming I can find one somewhere out there online, over this one, to be honest. And it is all about the face in the end. Up next, this is an original character from Dust Melt Studio, original zombie girl. No price yet other than a $100 deposit, and not many pictures either. This is a Jiangshi, I think. In Chinese folklore, we have the hopping zombie. Yeah, and of course, yeah, customable. What do you expect, right? If you want a figure of Jiangshi, go and get the Shuten Doji figure by QuestQ, the Eiwei Matsui version. I have reviewed that figure on this channel. The link is right up here. Yeah, that is a fabulous figure and doesn't cost that much. Even if you're not much of a fan of Fate series, that is a good purchase really. Up next, okay, this is the most cringe-worthy figure of the week. TXS Studio Original Old Cow. This is 1x5 scale and the full price of this thing is just under $200. You see, this is something you guys told me on Facebook, otherwise I wouldn't know that much either, but apparently there is a fetish for this so-called human cattle tag on the internet. Go into the deepest, darkest places on the internet and you'll see people being a fan of stuff like this. However, this figure is the perfect birthday present for your friend who likes human cattle. It is also a perfect gift to those vegans out there who like to protest on the streets. Yes. Would you buy something like this? It is only $200 by the way. Let me know down in the comments below. The next one here, this one rounds up the top 5 best resin figure of the week. From Goza Studio, a 1x6 scale. Number 2, Yorha. From Nier Automata, this is in school uniform, going for only $198 at 1x6 scale, 30 centimeters tall. Yeah, this is great value indeed. And who doesn't like Japanese style school uniforms, right? I don't think there is no one out there who doesn't like school uniforms. Of course, it is going to be customable. You're getting an extra torso part. So this is great value over here. I would love to have one, man. $200 is definitely within my budget. I can afford one of these. I need to give this a serious thought on whether I should pre-order one. I'm sure that if you watch this channel regularly, you guys already know I love my JKs. Yeah. Up next, from Lazy Dog Studio, we have Dragon Ball and Street Fighter 2, the World Warrior Killer Bee, Cammy and Android 18. Okay. I have no idea why they are putting two different figures under the same listing. I assume that you can change parts with each other and they are meant to be one set in a way. Okay, so for Cammy is actually one of my most used characters when I play the game Street Fighter, together with Juri. Yeah, that taekwondo girl from Korea. So the Cammy is going for $196, very nice. And then Android 18, yeah, this one right here, for the same price, just under $200, and you can get the EX version where you can swap parts with both. You get both $388 for both. Yeah. So at this price, I'm assuming 1x6 scale, which isn't bad at all. Ooh, that spandex over there, very detailed. I love that. The texture on the outfits over here is fantastic. Nice ass, by the way. Yeah, if I have to choose between the two, I would buy Cammy. Because it is a character I can relate. I used to play as this character in the game. And the last resin figure for this week, we are a design studio. What a name. Chainsaw Man Reze. This one is going for $250 for the normal version, and then the EX version, which is the black color one over there, $287. Basically, just two different outfits for you to choose from. This should be a 1x6 scale. Yeah, 33 centimeters, pretty tall for 1x6, right? This one does not really stand out as much to me compared to that War Demon earlier. Yeah, of course, there is going to be blood stains everywhere. If there are no blood stains, it is not Chainsaw Man after all. I would go for that War Demon earlier, not this one. However, this one, 33 centimeters at $287, $250, not too bad. Okay. And that concludes the figures on pre-order for this week, 5th to 10th of June 2023. Which one tickles your fancy? Let me know down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please do give this video a like and consider subscribing to this channel for more content like this in the future. Thank you very much and see you guys again very soon. Goodbye.